Let me ask you something. Why did you get into this hobby? Was it the aesthetics? Was it the therapy? Was it trying to find a place to funnel your large stacks of cash into? Hey, maybe I'm wrong, but if you were something like me, it wasn't the last one. And with that in mind, I wanted to show you that it's not necessary to spend a lot of money to reap the benefits of this hobby. And I prepared a list of 7 ways you can get plants for 0 money, and I can show you some examples. The first way you can get plants without spending any money is by getting props from your friends or your own plants sometimes. I prefer not to have too many of the same plant because my space is limited, so I prefer to have more variety. But an example I can show you of a plant I got as a prop is my Christmas cactus. I got it as a prop from my grandma, and it was then, I think, just a tiny branch, and it's grown into this in about 4 years maybe. It flowered twice in the last 6 months, around Christmas and then around March again, and it's bringing me a lot of joy. The second way you can get a free plant is by adopting unwanted plants, again from friends, neighbors, a shop that's closing or something like that. An example I can show you of a plant like this I got is my flamingo plant, this flamingo anthurium. My grandma gave it to me. She got the second one when she was repotting her anthurium, and then it was, I think, just these 3 leaves down here, and I'm very happy to have it. I haven't had it flowered yet for me, but I'm excited for this to happen, which would make me very proud. The third way of getting plants for free is taking advantage of holidays and birthdays and things like that. When me and my boyfriend were starting out some years ago, I shared that I would love to have an orchid, and since then, almost every holiday there is, he's been gifting me orchids. I've only had a couple survive. There's one more that's in rehab right now and it's just a skeleton for now, but one I can show you here is this gorgeous white Phalaenopsis orchid. I'm so proud of this one because it was given to me, I think, 2 years ago around International Mother's Day. It was one of those dyed orchids. It was blue when I got it, and this is the only time I've had it rebloom for me, and I'm just enjoying these large white flowers. They're so pristine. I love them. Number 4 is a very controversial one. It's what is called prop lifting. I must confess, I've done it, don't come for me, but it was just in the beginning and I wasn't thinking about the ethical side of it. So I would advise you to make sure that it's okay with the person you're getting the prop from. For example, just getting broken off pieces in big box stores, because they're not going to propagate those broken off pieces, but in some small nurseries they would do that. They would just collect for example, tiny succulent leaves that have fallen off, and they would prop them for, to get more plants to sell. So what you could do is ask if it's okay. An example I have here of a prop that I've somewhat lifted is my wax begonia. So this is one of those decorative outdoor plants. It was in front of a small shop just outside of our building, and the branch I got was being cut off because of pruning and deadheading. So it was just a branch that had flowers on it, and it was being cut off. And that's how I got this beautiful large plant in about half a year. And now it's just, for me, it's huge. Starting out as a one leaf cutting. Very happy because I love big flowers. Number 5, seed collecting. So you go to shops, you buy some fruit, you eat it and throw away whatever you don't eat. So one thing you can do is collect the seeds from the thing you're eating, be it avocado or apple or tangerine or an orange. Anything that has a seed you can try to propagate, or you can go outside in some gardens around your area, and there are some tiny flowers that are producing seeds, so you can just collect a bit of those. Or just make sure not to collect all of them, because the garden also has to have some seeds for next year. One example of a plant I got like this is my tiny tangerine seedling. We started this in autumn with my son. He was very excited about trying to grow something from seed, and I was all on board with that. And so this is what we have. This was started in mid-October, I think. So that's about 7 months we've had this, and as you can see, it's growing in tiny leca pebbles in a reservoir. And if you want some more information on how I use leca and why, I can make a video on that. Number 6, cuttings from outdoor wild plants. Something that I've been doing as an experiment is my English ivy. I had cuttings of this again around fall, maybe November, and if I've been watering this more consistently, it would have had filled up by now, much more than this. But I'm debating whether I'm going to keep this or just discard it, because I don't know what to do with it. First I thought of making a live wall on my balcony, but I'm afraid of this gripping onto my wall so tightly that it ruins the surface. So we'll see. And number 7 is something that will require you to buy something, but you get more for your money, and it doesn't always happen, and you have to be lucky for that to happen, and that's getting extras when you're buying new plants. This has happened to me once when I bought a plant from a lady in a Facebook group. She was so nice to send me a couple of extra plants while I was shopping for my Hoya, my only one that I have. So just to fill in the box so they don't dangle around in there, she added a couple of other plants, and one of those was my spider plant that is currently hanging in my son's room. And I'm going to insert a clip of that because I don't feel like taking it down from the hanger that it's in. But it started off as a tiny plant, like the pot was this big, and now it's just overflowing, and I'm so happy with how it's growing. And of course it's a spider plant, it's got brown tips, but I'm learning to live with that. So this has been 7 ways in which I've obtained free plants. Have you ever managed to do that? Let me know in the comments, how did you do it? If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like and probably share with someone who you think might find it useful. Also, if you enjoy my budget-friendly tips, I'm thinking of making some kind of series out of this. You can subscribe for more. Okay, bye.